Alrighty, this is Western News. I'm Zachary,
I'm Jay.
and today we have breaking news on virtual reality.
Virtual reality?
Virtual reality.
Did you know, in the history of virtual reality, it has been a part of our culture before the term was even coined? If you take the simple idea of creating the illusion that we are present in a place that we are not, virtual reality has been around since the 19th century. The beginning of virtual reality originated from 360-degree murals intended to give the viewer a full field of view. Sounds pretty cool to me. And to make them feel as if they were present at the scene of the painting. Hundreds of years have passed, and the world has been slowly developing better ways to be more efficient. In the 20th century, the invention of electronics and computer technology were beginning to create change. In fact, do you know anything about the 1930s?
Now moving on to the 1930s, when science fiction writer had the idea of a pair of goggles that let the wearer experience a fictional place through realistic visuals. Sounds pretty cool to me. It wasn't until 1950 that a man named Morton Heelig, who was a cinematographer, developed a device called the Sensorama. The Sensorama was designed to immerse an individual completely in a film, not only with the sight and sound, but with smell generators, fans, and a vibrating chair. That sounds crazy. In 1960, the first VR head-mounted display was created, and then the year after that, following in 1961, HeadSight, the first motion tracking HDM, was created. From those years until now, we have seen great growth in the virtual reality industry. Companies that have invested in virtual reality are businesses that include Nintendo, Facebook, Google, and many others.
Oh, Zachary, I have breaking news. I heard one of our very own is in the Ford factory at the moment test driving virtual reality. Let's go to them now.
Let's take it off to the floor.
All right, we're live at the virtual reality conference. Our very own Jared is testing out Ford's new virtual reality, where they're testing out new interiors. Let's cut to Jared.
I'm here at the Ford Pavilion, looking at the way that they're using virtual reality to test out their new Ford Focus. I'm gonna take it for a joyride here.
Oh shit, this is so realistic. Everything going on. There's even like some buttons here. It's crazy. Crazy shit.
Alright, hello world, welcome back to Western at Western. Unfortunately, one of our co-workers died, so we had to replace him with one of our interns here. As you can see, he's just on his phone.
So I was sending a tweet. This is really exciting.
Introduce yourself, please.
I'm Jared. Hi. I'm really stoked.
Alrighty, we're going to continue talking about VR today. Alright. Applications for the VRT, which stands for Virtual Reality Technology, have traditionally been in the entertainment realm. Video games and movies have captured most of the market. However, manufacturing companies are beginning to use this technology to develop new processes and mock-ups for fractions of what it historically costs. Engineers have the ability to create manufacturing processes virtually now. These simulations of the build process can be fully integrated into a virtual environment that can be changed and tested by a few key strokes. This can dramatically cut costs and boost productivity. Engineers and mechanics work together to optimize and improve current build processes and designs.
Beyond manufacturing implications, Harvard Business Review talks about the potential for virtual reality board meetings and the potential for more increased personal long-distance communications. Mark Zuckerberg is also planning to incorporate virtual reality with their Oculus Rift. Zuckerberg is imagining a new platform for social media that will allow people to communicate long distance like they're in the same room together. Similarly, Google recently and quietly introduced themselves into the market with the new Google Cardboard, a cheap $15 VR set made out of cardboard that utilizes smartphones as the engine. It's a very cheap alternative when comparing it to the $100 to $1,000 headsets that are on the market now. In fact, Boeing recently partnered with Google in a recent expo in which the attendees could go on virtual tours of Boeing's new 777. Boeing, as well as the military, have also used virtual reality for combat and pilot training. VentureBeat wrote... Oh, fuck. employee training. Citing examples such as oil companies training oil rig
Workers.
oil. Wait, scroll back up. There's just other ways virtual reality has been incorporated into the business world is in employee training. Oil companies have been training oil rig workers with VR headsets, and Fortune reports that hospitals are using technology to train employees for rare procedures.
Thanks for tuning in. That was all about virtual reality. You guys have a great night.